Braun Strowman reveals possible career choice for the next 20 years. John Cena makes a major comment on his WWE future after SummerSlam, and AEW's Jim Ross reveals the difference between Tony Khan and Vince McMahon. Hello everyone, Jose G here bringing you today's top stories in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. To stay up to date with all of our content, be sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Braun Strowman reveals possible career choice for the next 20 years. Former WWE superstar Braun Strowman has revealed that he would love to become a motivational speaker in response to a fan's question on his Instagram handle. Braun Strowman was released by WWE a short while ago in what came as a big surprise to fans. He wasn't doing too well on the main roster at the time of his release, but no one had imagined that someone of the stature of Strowman would be let go by the company in the first place. Braun Strowman hasn't revealed much in regards to his future plans so far. He is quite active on his social media, especially on Instagram, and regularly posts motivational stuff to his fans. The Monster Among Men recently answered a bunch of fan questions on his Instagram stories when one fan asked Strowman the following question: if you could pick one job on the planet and do that for the next 20 years, what would it be and why? Braun Strowman had an interesting answer to the same. He stated that he would love to become a motivational speaker, saying, quote, "In all honesty, probably a motivational speaker. I've been through a lot of rough stuff in my life, and I like sharing it to help others and show people that you can overcome things that have been in your past." End quote. Braun Strowman regularly shares inspiring posts on his Instagram handle. The former Universal Champion has gone through a lot to become a big name in wrestling. Strowman has previously shared details of his struggle with drastic weight gain and revealed that he touched an alarming 418 pounds in 2003. Braun Strowman's WWE release didn't stop him from getting better, and he recently achieved a major fitness goal. A quick look at Strowman's Instagram shows a long string of motivational quotes and detailed posts about his journey towards getting into shape. It goes without saying that Strowman would possibly do quite well if he decides to pursue a career as a motivational speaker at any point in the future. Cassie Lee, formerly known as Peyton Royce, reveals that she pitched the IIconics split. Along with many other former champions and popular WWE superstars, Cassie Lee, formerly known as Peyton Royce, was released from the company back in April of this year. Since WWE released Royce with her former tag team partner Billie Kay, who is now known as Jessica McKay, the pair have started a podcast and taken part in multiple interviews. In a recent appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Cassie Lee has revealed more information about the shocking split of the IIconics. Speaking about the breakup, Lee said, quote, "I don't think I've ever told anyone this. I hope Jess isn't upset with me by saying this. I wanted to go single. There were things I wanted to take off my bucket list as a singles competitor. I vocalized that to Jess in January last year, but I didn't do anything about it. I told her where I was at. I didn't go and try and get us broken up or something like that. This was in the PC era, and Jess was out for a week. I had this random singles match, and I don't even remember who it was against, but Vince loved it. He said, 'You're so good. What are we doing?' I said to him, if it's possible in the future plans, and I'm not saying right now, but in the future, I would like to see what I can do on my own. I'm so comfortable with Jess. I feel like we can conquer the world together, but I want to see what I can do for myself." End quote. Following the breakup of the IIconics, the two superstars were drafted into separate brands. Both women were released by WWE back in April, just days after Billie Kay teamed up with Carmella in a women's tag team turmoil match at WrestleMania 37. Following the end of Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay's 90-day non-compete clause, the duo said a heartfelt goodbye to their WWE characters, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, bidding farewell to their characters. Unlike some of the other stars released by WWE earlier this year, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay have not made any appearances yet for any other promotions. Chelsea Green and Mickie James, who were also released in April, have both popped up in Impact and NWA so far. John Cena makes a major comment on his WWE future after SummerSlam. WWE's franchise player John Cena is all set to challenge the Universal Champion Roman Reigns for his title at SummerSlam later this month. John Cena has now commented on his WWE future after SummerSlam and the possibility of having more matches. John Cena has transitioned into a part-time role over the last few years, focusing on his Hollywood career. While fans are excited to see him collide with Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, there are questions about what the future holds for the leader of the C Nation. Speaking to Jeff Conway of Forbes, John Cena commented on the same and stated that he'll stick around if he becomes the new Universal Champion at SummerSlam, saying, quote, "Man, never say never about the WWE. Like I said, I had a month to myself, and here I'm back in the ring. So maybe if I get another month to catch my breath, I'll hopefully make another visit back. I'm going to have to defend that championship that I win from Roman somehow," end quote. SummerSlam will definitely not be the final appearance for John Cena in his current WWE run. The promotion has already announced that the 16-time world champion will be appearing on the September 10th episode of SmackDown at the historic Madison Square Garden in New York City. Malakai Black reveals his reaction to the error of his WWE contract. Malakai Black was released by WWE in April 2021, but there has been a clerical error to his non-compete clause. Usually the main roster stars have a 90-day non-compete clause, but Malakai's Black contract had a 30-day clause instead. Black told Chris Jericho on Talk is Jericho that he was taken aback when he went through his contract. He took a picture and shared it with his agent and even contacted WWE to affirm the clause, saying, quote, "I think they forgot about it. I think they forgot to update it. I remember seeing that. I took a picture of it and I sent it to my agent. I'm like, dude, do you see what I'm seeing?" He's like, "Does that mean 30 days? It's like, I think it does." So I contacted someone within the company. I said, "Look, am I reading this correct?" And the person said, "No, that's correct. Even now, I'm looking at it, you have 30 days. And I'm like, "All right, perfect," end quote. The error certainly played into Tony Khan's hands as he signed Malakai Black as soon as he could. It is a fantastic piece of business by the AEW boss as Black looks poised to do great things in AEW. Malakai Black made an earlier than expected return to the ring as he debuted in AEW and immediately attacked Cody Rhodes and Arn Anderson. Lights in the arena kept going out at short intervals, and the commentators cited weather conditions for the technical glitches. However, the place came unglued as the Dutchman made his first appearance in AEW. AEW's Jim Ross reveals the difference between Tony Khan and Vince McMahon. AEW commentator Jim Ross has revealed the differences of working with Tony Khan and WWE boss Vince McMahon. Jim Ross is one of the all-time greats and part of countless iconic wrestling moments. The legendary announcer spoke to Brandon Marcello on his YouTube podcast to explain the difference. He first stated the age factor, working with a mid-30s boss compared to a 70-something boss, before talking about micromanagement during his WWE time, saying, quote, "Tony, he's a people's guy. I think he's 35 to 37. There's a different mindset when you're taking your orders, your marching orders from a 35 or 37-year-old, as opposed to taking it from a mid-70-year-old guy who's got the world to manage. So I really enjoyed it, but I'd like to do one more year." Tony Khan is rarely in our ear, which is a 180 from what was at WWE at certain points in time, where Vince is micromanaging everything that was said or heard or whatever, the inflections, the whole 9 yards, end quote. Ross's contract was initially for 3 years, and this is the third year. The legendary announcer discussed his contractual status in the same interview and said that he wishes to extend it for another year. His end goal is to be a commentator till 70, at least for a personal milestone. JR went on to say that Tony Khan was quite receptive of him and wanted Jim Ross in AEW for a long time. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling News Roundup. For more news stories and exclusive content, be sure to follow us on all social media. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.